for to be called great. Nothing. We're on our way, hopefully, to get into that realm, but he's not there yet. So, Carl Froch's strength is his bravado. That's also going to be his weakness in his dynamic.
Andre, do you think you do your best against fighters like Froch, you know, that are aggressive and that try to, you know, muscle you in and try to beat you up?
Well, it's called rising to the occasion. You know, that's what my dad used to call it. And when I fight a fighter who, you know, talks the way he talks, you know, feels the way he feels about me, you know, I love it. And that's why I made the comment when the reporter asked me, because, you know, it's not that I wasn't motivated against other guys. I've always been motivated from day one, because if you really think about it, every fight has been huge for me. Because if any fighter knocks off an Olympic gold medalist, they've taken my position. So every fight has been huge. It's had huge ramifications, win or lose. So I absolutely relish these moments fighting guys like Froch. Absolutely.
I think it's a little bit of a disrespect by him just saying, hey, I'm going to knock this guy off. If I hit him once, he's going to go flat.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this is boxing, so it's hard to, you know, it's hard to say it's disrespectful. But, you know, at the same time, I've watched and studied Froch. I've listened to his comments, and he talks like that about everybody. So, you know, I don't take it personal. I just know it's go time.
Now, being that he questioned your power, do you think that's just some kind of way that he's trying to make you come forward to make him look good? Or do you think that he's really, you know, degrading your aspect of fighting, being that you don't have any power?
I don't know what he believes. I'm sure he probably believes that, but it's probably a psychological ploy as well. He tries to play into the psyche of his opponents, and he, you know, he's been quoted, I believe, as saying that he's reading The Art of War. And, but for the record, my coach read that book 4 or 5 years ago. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I think he thinks he's going to get into my head and cause me to question myself. But what he has to understand is I've been boxing for over a decade as an amateur and a pro. And like I said in the press conference, he's not the first guy that said that. He won't be the last. He has to come better than that with his comments if he's going to, you know, detour me from my task. I don't have to repeat myself over and over. I don't have to, he's got some great one-liners, but at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't win fights. It doesn't. He has to understand that his bravado is internal, is external. He likes to show it, but me, I'm more internal. I'm already in fight mode right now. We're 9.5 weeks away, so it doesn't have to be said. It just has to be shown.
What about when he bumped you? I noticed he bumped you.
He did bump me, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
But I didn't try to reach my hand out though. I didn't try to shake his hand. That's for the record.
For a little bit when I was asking that question. Why do you think he bumped you?
Well, and he needs to stop bumping me, because I felt that. But again, it goes back to him trying to intimidate me. It's no different than when we shook hands after his fight. He tried to squeeze my hand. It's like, bro, come on, it's not gonna work, man. You squeezing my hand and bumping me is not gonna stop me from, you know, my mission that I'm on. It's just not gonna do it.
Who's another fighter in your career who really tried to intimidate this guy?
I think most of them have, even before I got, you know, to the championship level. I mean, I've had guys, Henry Buchanan, he's a Maryland guy. You know, I fought him in Fresno, and this guy just stared at me the whole time. Whenever I saw him, he would just, if we were in a restaurant, he would just stare. I'm like, what is this dude looking at? And he would just stare at me with this mean mug, like, you know, Edison Miranda, Alan Green, Beaker, feeling like he was just going to come in there and just have his way. Kessler being, you know, very cocky and just, oh, this young kid, I haven't watched tape. It dates back to the amateurs. I would have young fighters come up and see me fight and say, oh, this is Ward, this is the #1 guy. Oh, he's nothing. This is not, I've dealt with this my whole career, because for whatever reason, and I can draw a similar reference to Floyd Mayweather. You look at him and he's not, I don't really see, I mean, he's got some speed. I'm sure he hits, you know, hard. He's got the record, but, you know, it looks one way. But then they get in there and it's no fun. It's not the kind of fun that they thought it was going to be. Now, that being said, I respect every opponent. I do. I respect every opponent. It's just the way I am. I don't know how to, you know, be cocky and just and not respect this guy, him or anybody. I respect the guys from day one. That's the way I was raised. But that also causes me to prepare the right way. And if you date back to the Sugar Ray Robinsons, even the Sugar Ray Leonard, he had his moments, but boxing was a gentleman's sport. Those guys didn't push each other and put on a spectacle, you know, in the midst of a press conference. But they would go in there and handle their business. Sugar Ray Robinson is a monster, but he was a gentleman. So what I'm saying is, I understand the era that we're in, this UFC era, this MMA era, and I am a fan of MMA for the record. I'm not bashing MMA, but we're in a different era, so people think it's not exciting if that doesn't happen. Well, that's not true. The man that I am and that I show you guys today in 2011 is somebody I want to be proud to look back on 10 and 20 years from now. I want to be able to show my kids these clips and say, look at your dad. So when I tell them, hey man, pull your pants up, speak respectfully, and go get a job, or hey man, go you know, handle your business, I want them to look back and excuse me, say my dad did the same thing. So it's bigger than this. What I'm trying to do is bigger than boxing, and it's bigger than this event. It's the man that I want to be. It's not a front, it's just who I am.
Holyfield,